So with the confirmation of the Battle Royale mode coming to Battlefield 5, a lot of people have been left with a lot of questions, and we quite frankly haven't got many answers for them. What's going on, guys? It is Jay Snake here, and today I'm bringing you another video. In this video, we are going to be dissecting all the information we know about Battlefield 5's Battle Royale mode. Now guys, before we actually get in this video, make sure you do hit the like button, you are subscribed to the channel with post notifications turned on, so you'll be notified every single time I do upload a new video. But with that being said, let's get into the video. So right off the bat, this raised a lot of questions from a lot of different people, and obviously they have the right to do so. We did not get much information at all about it. We don't even have a kind of launch window for it. We only know that it's not going to be included in the base game at launch. So DICE said this at E3, and it will be added post-launch, so we aren't even actually too sure on when we could get it. We can get it before the end of 2018, we can get it sometime 2019, and it's kind of hard to make an actual prediction for it though, because no one actually knows the development progress on it. They haven't really talked much about it other than them just talking about it at E3, the little bits of information we did get. If you had to ask me though, I would say it's going to probably most likely come out sometime in 2019. Maybe it would come alongside with a DLC, something like that, maybe the first or second DLC, depending on their launch dates. The DLC system is obviously different, with Battlefield 5 it being free and everything, so I'm not exactly too sure how it's going, but if they're still going to come in packs, then it could potentially come with the first, second, or I guess even third DLC. But quite frankly, it's just too hard to tell at this point, as we don't really have much information on its actual development progress. Good news though, DICE has confirmed that it is not going to be paid DLC. We do not know if it's going to actually be separate from the base game, or if it's actually going to be included with the base game, so you'll have to have Battlefield 5 on disc or the digital download to actually access it, or if it's going to be something, like Fortnite, where you can just download it for free separately. Quite frankly, if they do go with the route that is on disc, that adds more value for the Battlefield 5 players who are more of like an all-around player, who like to do multiplayer, probably the war stories. It's going to give them more value. It's going to be like, okay, well, look at this. There's this too. This adds value to the game. This is going to be worth my $60. But for the people who are literally core Battle Royale players, this really isn't too good for them, which doesn't matter much to someone like me, because I'm not a core Battle Royale player. I never have been. But this for them means that they're going to have to pay $60 for a game that they're really only going to be playing one thing in it, so it kind of devalues it for them. So I'm not exactly too sure. It really depends on how DICE wants to go about doing this. I just can't see it being separate from the main game. I just really don't see it being a separate download, considering the fact that they said it's Battlefield 5's Battle Royale. I feel like if it was going to be a Battle Royale separate, it would just be called like Battlefield Battle Royale or something like that. So I do think it's actually going to be included with the base game, but I do not know for sure. Now, in terms of gameplay mechanics, like I said before, it's too hard to judge them very accurately, because we don't know much about the development progress on this game. But for some things, obviously weapons are going to have to be rebalanced. That's almost known. I mean, if they're gonna take away from more popular Battle Royale games such as Fortnite or PUBG, weapons are gonna have to be rebalanced completely. And they're also, obviously, the spawning system. I'm assuming it's going to just be jumping out of a plane, since this game is in World War II. I can't really see what else it could be, unless it's maybe some alternate reality World War II, where you can teleport or something. You come out of a void hole, which I doubt. That's like a Metal Gear Solid kind of style thing. But I would say most likely it's not going to be that. It's probably going to be jumping out of a plane, and essentially the storm or the void or whatever you want to call it, that little circle that closes in on you, is either probably, I guess it actually could be a storm. Maybe it's going to be artillery fire, which is probably that would make the most sense. Artillery fire coming in, shelling the area, and it's getting smaller and smaller. I guess they could do a storm, but it's just, kind of weird, I guess. In World War II, a storm's closing in, people are fighting. I don't know. It just seems kind of weird to me, so I would think artillery fire is really the best option. But obviously, we don't know for a fact if that's true, or if they have anything else planned up their sleeve. Now, obviously, this took a lot of people by surprise, that Battle Royale was actually coming to Battlefield 5. But if you think about it, the information we've got from Battlefield 5 before the announcement of this kind of points towards it. For example, you don't have to be a medic anymore to revive your squad mates. Obviously, if you've played any Battle Royale game, most notably, I guess, Fortnite. When you play squads mode, anyone can revive any of their teammates. So this is kind of like a battle royale thing that DICE and obviously Battlefield 5 have taken from other games. So they're obviously getting inspiration from other games, which does help our speculation and our rumors. Also, this may be kind of stretching it, but the whole attrition system, obviously you starting with less ammo than in previous Battlefield games, that kind of also points toward Battlefield, like that will like kind of pressure you, that'll kind of make you have to go find like crates with ammunition in them, resupply and all that, which is obviously something that's from Battle Royale. It just essentially, it all kind of like points towards it, and it's something that I don't necessarily think we should have suspected, but there was definitely clues pointing towards the inception of Battle Royale in the Battlefield 5. Now, DICE and EA have mentioned that the Battle Royale mode is going to include core Battlefield mechanics, so it's definitely going to be different from what we've seen. Obviously, it has inspiration from other games, but core Battlefield mechanics are not something you typically see in another Battle Royale game. Now, if you think in theory about this, think about you play with 100 players, which is, the assumed number, squads of 4. You have one guy flying around in a plane, you have one guy in a tank, one guy just sniping on a hill, and then, I don't know how this is going to go, because obviously the Battlefield fan base, there is team play, and they are encouraging it, which is another thing that points towards Battle Royale. But it's just like this game, FPS games like this, like Battlefield, Call of Duty, this is what I'm worried about with Call of Duties as well. The games like this, the team play is not it's not something focused on. I can tell you probably about 75, 80, 85% even of players in these FPS fast-paced arcade shooter games don't really play, with their teammates. They kind of go lone wolf. That's just how it is. That's just what it is. I would say Battlefield definitely has more team play than, Call of Duty, but it's not what it would need to be anywhere near the team play from a game like Fortnite or a game like PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. So I'm really worried the game mode's just going to be a bunch of players, put it on a map, essentially just like a multiplayer mode, like a search and destroy, but just on a much larger scale with no bombs. And obviously you have to kind of close in. You have to go to one area. I don't feel like there's going to be much strategy towards it, which I hope this Battle Royale mode does well. I am personally not a fan. You guys know Battle Royale games, at least not anymore. I just kind of quit them. I think they just get repetitive, tedious, and boring. But I really want it to do good. I really hope it does good. I really hope it gets me sucked in. I really hope I put a lot of time into it because I enjoy the game mode. But the other thing you have to take about vehicles is that let's say your squad has a tank. And if you actually play the Battlefield 5 Alpha or see any gameplay of someone in a tank, when you die, there's no chance of revival. You just go straight to the respawn screen. Not a chance. So let's say your team's on a tank and you just get blown up. I mean, that's it. Or if you have like one guy outside of the tank and like two guys in, those two are gone and there's nothing you can do about it. So it's not even like having a tank's an advantage. It feels like it would just be kind of cluttered because, I mean, there's no chance of revival, and it puts your team at a huge disadvantage. Obviously, this could change. Maybe the bodies can like get dragged out of the blown up tank or something, or maybe they just like come out of the tank. I don't know, but from what we've seen, that's definitely a conclusion we can make. Regardless of all this, though, we have no idea what to expect, and I'm really, really hoping, like I said, that this game mode definitely proves me wrong, and I hope it proves me right as well, because I didn't necessarily only mention negative stuff. I did mention positive stuff because there obviously is going to be some positive aspects towards it, but I just really hope, probably the most important thing is that this Battlefield Battle Royale is going to be distinguishable from other Battle Royale games. Obviously, they don't want to be too far distinguishable, otherwise it's not a Battle Royale game. But they don't want to be, if it's like a Fortnite clone or if it's like a PUBG clone, then what's the point of playing it? Especially considering the fact that the PUBG and Fortnite games are fully dedicated to Battle Royale. So, I mean, obviously more content's going to be coming out for Battle Royale. And more dedication is going to be going towards their Battle Royales as opposed to DICE's. And who wants to play something they've already played? If I played PUBG and then there's a game that's the exact same, like, what's the point? There's no point. So if it's distinguishable, then, it's obviously going to increase its longevity. It's going to increase its replayability, everything. So I'm just really hoping this does well. I don't know. I just have no idea, and nobody else does except DICE themselves on what's going on with it. This is similar to Blackout. Like, we really don't know much going on. Blackout obviously does have a lot of traction behind it, negative traction, I should say. Some rumors came out, but that's a whole nother topic for another video. And anyways, guys, that's really about it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you get some information out of this. I hope you kind of can add to your rumors and your speculation. But if you did enjoy the video, make sure you hit the like button and you are subscribed. Peace.